Dolphins thirsty, they never show no mercy. On the field or in the game, Miami knows how to play. Dolphins thirsty, we all get down and dirty. Tell you what you want to know, it's the Dolphins Show. Quench your thirst for all things Miami Dolphins. They are the football kings, cause they play to win. Come on in and have some fun, whether we have lost or we have won. For all things Miami, it's Dolphins Thursday.
Good morning. For lack of a better term, Miami Dolphin fans, good morning. Last night was a big disappointment. Who to blame? I will get to that later, but there's a lot of blame to go around, and I ain't ashamed to tell you about all that blame. It was a lame game, and we all know it. It was pathetic on all sides of the ball. So, morning, Steve. Good morning. Back it up, Ben Cash and Michael K. Aqua Vision. All a big welcome for me, from me to you. Thank you for being in here. Yes, that thank you even applies to you, Michael K. But it was an ugly game last night. The blame, people are blaming Tua, fairly so. People are blaming McDaniel, fairly so. People are blaming the defense, fairly so. And them in special teams. Guys, we've been saying all year we want to play a complete game, complementary football. Oh, hell, we played complementary football last night. Unfortunately, not the complementary football we won. It was complementary football in the losing effort. Special teams had a blocked field goal. The offense settling for field goals down in the red zone. Tua fumbling the ball down there when we were about to score. The defense kept us in the game most of the game, but then when the money was on the line, you have a 14-point lead under 5 minutes to play, and you give up 2 touchdowns. Bradley Chubb having a sack, not being able to corral the sack, then runs down the field and tackles guy and slams his helmet into the ground to cause a 15-yard penalty, which would have been a 4th down play. There's plenty of blame to go around on this one. So I'm not going to sit here and blame one person. This was a team effort loss in all facets of the game. As simple as that. And the simple fact of the matter is we turn on the lights for prime time and the Dolphins turn off. This is why the national narrative is not going to change on the Dolphins until we start proving we can beat these teams. We could be beating all the teams we were supposed to beat. Then Monday night lights turn on and we fade away. And I'm fed up with it. Hey, good morning, Scotty. Good morning, Shake Money. Good morning, Jay, Jordan. So you guys all rock for coming in here this morning. Hey, still a beautiful day in South Florida too, down here, Shake Money. But it's not a beautiful looking at that Dolphins scoreboard. As bad as the Dolphins played yesterday, I thought they were going to escape with a victory after Tennessee self-destructs. They give us basically spot as 14 points. We're up 14 points with under 5 minutes, and then our defense that we're all saying is getting great, top 5. We're going to be the top 5 defense. We're going to be this and that. They laid an egg. They gave 2 quick touchdowns. When that first touchdown, they didn't even need to burn a timeout. We just let them go right down the field. Then on offense, we can't even get a first down and give them the ball right back. And they go down and score again and allow the 2-point conversion on that first touchdown to where all they needed was a touchdown and an extra point to beat us on our home turf, and they did. And it's frustrating. I don't know how much fun Hard Knocks is going to be to watch tonight. It's not going to be very much fun. It's time to put we're going to talk about this topic later tonight on the Fins Talk Sports Network at 7:30, but I was going to talk about it anyway. Time to stop worrying about touchdown celebrations and all that premeditated stuff. Start worrying about football. Stop looking up at the cameras when you're on Monday Night Football. Go out there, play football, have some fun while you're at it. But come on, focus on what's important, man. You got this right in front of you guys. Come on, Dolphins. Don't lose focus now. They got to regroup, get ready for the Jets. The Jets are flying in high. Sorry for the pun. But they're coming off a big win against the Texans where they put up 30 points in the second half. They're going to want to come knock us around. Titans gave a good resume on how to beat the Dolphins. He even said it, take away the middle of the field. He said it on prime time for the whole world to hear. He knows where we're weak at. The Jets have a better defensive staff than Tennessee has. So it may not be as nice as that Black Friday game. They're not going to roll out Boyle. He's not even on their team anymore. We made him look so bad. So it's time to regroup, circle the wagons. Don't hang your heads. Get ready for some football. Dolphin Dawn. Yeah, hey. Yes, Shake Money. We could be living in Buffalo, which is a lot worse than Florida. So that is true. The commentators last night on the ESPN, it was like the guy that does college football a lot. And oh my god, his name escapes me last night. But the broadcaster, Scotty, I know one of them is a big college football guy and all of that stuff. But man, that game was just awful. No man. Oh, and Orlowski, whatever his name is. AG man. No, it wasn't Herb Street last night, Scotty. No, no, no. But it was I will look it up in a minute when I get to see. G man, I know you're gonna tell us I told you so. But it is just one game. But boy, that was an ugly game. Brutal for the eyeballs. Tua definitely was off. You see what we can do without Tyreek. It's not that pretty. We really depend on him a lot. I mean, we do spread the ball around, but when we got that big play, we really need that big play. We're just a little bit off with him. We had a chance yesterday to hit A Chan in stride on a long pass. He just missed it. It was just barely out of his grasp. But then two of them on a check down later. Misses a wide open A Chan. So there are some. I see Tua's getting bashed. That's what quarterbacks happen on. But like I said, this was a complimentary loss. All phases of the game contributed this. The defense kept us in. So you're thinking, oh, the defense at least is showing out. But then when you got a 14-point lead under 5 minutes left to play in the fourth quarter and you can't hold on to a 14-point lead against a Tennessee Titans team that really has nothing to play for with a rookie quarterback and an old veteran receiver, you let those two guys just destroy you. There's a lot of work to be done, guys. There's a lot of work to be done, and we need to get it done quick. We got to 9 wins, one more win than we did at last year after going 8-3. You know, we got to 9 eventually last year. But what is it going to be like? Then next year we got to get to 10-3? No, we got to get this ship righted down, get to the 10th win against the Jets because this game sucked last night. Sorry for lack of a better word, but this game stunk last night. No excuse, anyone. It getting slowed up on that real route, man. It was a TV. If he, yep, no, he does, man. It's just it does. Hey, Derek, hurt here too. I think you speak for all of Dolphin Nation. There is no excuse for this performance they gave in last night. It was just pathetic all around. It's just you said it perfect at halftime, Derek. Like what the WTF or whatever on this one. And that's about my at halftime that we were losing. And the only touchdown was, a Sealer pick six, which we were only down there because of Tua's fumble. So it's just an awful, awful performance all the way around. And I'm not afraid to blame everyone. I mean, Bradley Chubb, what the heck? You got to help the club, Chubb. What the heck are you doing, man? You know from Pee Wee football that we've all played. You don't throw your helmet in anger. You know it's going to be a penalty on any level of football. You're taught that from a very young age. I mean, what are you doing? Yes, I can be. You're mad because you had him sacked. You blew it. You could have maybe kept him in and out of field goal range. You blew it. That happens. People break tackles all the time. Then you run down there and hustle, still bring him down. Then you throw your helmet, give them a first down. Come on, Bradley Chubb. You're better than that. Come on. It's just stupid ball all the way around. And I'm fed up and I'm not going to take it anymore. But I will because I'll be here talking about the Dolphins every day because that's what I do. And I still wear my aqua and orange even after an ugly ass game like that. Sorry for the money there. I mean, the money there. For the word there. But, it was ugly, man. Yeah, no, Jordan, you're right, man. It's like I said, I don't want to overreact Tuesday. I know we tend to do that here on Twitter and here on YouTube, but on social media, that's the term I'm looking for. We always overreact on social media. But this one was just like I said, man, this just has to go in the stinker category up on the case that this game was a stinker. If there was a definition of stinker, this is it. Because, like I said, just top this show, as bad as we played, Tennessee gift wrapped us the game with their muff punt, then the bad toss to Henry. We take advantage of it. Finally, run the football down in the red zone. Get that, McDaniel. You finally run the football down there, and lo and behold, we get 2 rushing touchdowns. We don't try to get cute and fancy. We go and we run the freaking football into the end zone. That's what you need to do on a regular basis, Mr. McDaniel. You're a lot smarter than us. You are at the helm of an NFL franchise. You are the coach of the future for us. Just get that, because you always love to say, oh, we like to learn from our mistakes, but we've had this same mistake many times. This punch it in there. And then if you get stopped, at least we would know you're trying something different and doing something much different than what we always try to get some fancy play and, you know, just pound that football in it. You got Moser, who's, hey, to his credit, Moser, guys, is tied for a couple team records. So I will give that little kudos to Raheem Mostert. He has the overall touchdown record tied right now with Mark Clayton at 18, and he has the rushing single season touchdown record at 16. You have a guy like this performing at that level, and you don't give him the ball after Tyreek Hill catches the one perfect pass Tua really threw in that game. After Hill had been out, some injury, he comes and hits him way out there, right on the sideline with a perfect laser pass in there. We never run the ball to try to get into the end zone. Come on, Mike McDaniel. Come on. At least give me a run of Moser. This man is on record pace for touchdowns for our franchise history, and you don't give him at least one chance to pop the ball in there. Just very frustrating. And like I say, McDaniel, this is a guy I want on this team for years to come. He's still got growth to do, like we all do every single day, but he's got to stop being so stubborn down there in the red zone. It's just very, very it. Hey, Frederick from the Facebook group. Love it when people come in from Facebook. Hey, if you can hit that thumbs up, Frederick on Facebook, it would be very much appreciated. Trying to get that Facebook love going. So awesome. Ender, what did Scotty say? They say go on the inside should be 4 straight. Yes, I agree, Scotty. And what's funny, if you look at the overall balance of the game, it's almost a 50-50 balance of pass attempts and run. But when they get into the red zone, they just go pass, pass, pass. I just don't get it. It's just, I do not get it. I mean, you got Moser on the verge of breaking every touchdown record in Miami Dolphins history in a franchise that's had Larry Johnson, Jim Kick, Mercury Morris, Mark Clayton, Mark Duper, and you're going to not give him the chance to get some touchdowns when you're down there? It's insane. It's crazy. And like I say, I'm not banging only on McDaniel, because this was definitely a team loss. Like, what was Fangio calling, letting them have a defense that drive, get out of bounds, drive, get out of bounds, keep them inside the field. At least if you make them burn more time off the clock on that first touchdown, you got a better chance to win the game. It's just, I just don't get it sometimes. And they know a lot more football. They've forgotten a lot more football than I will ever know. I'm not trying to be the guy sitting on this little chair being a better coach than them, but sometimes common sense can be seen by people outside of their expert field, and you just kind of have a feel for what's going right in that game. It was just weird, because basically he hadn't moved the ball against us all night. He ended up having decent stats, but a lot of those were on those last 2 drives. And, we had rattled him almost all game, and then we just start letting him dink and duck right down the field so quickly. It's just very upsetting. Yeah, I know. Once Connor went out, that's it. And we're basically kind of messed up there on that. I know. I agree, man. He just got to have faith, man, because that's what they always say, next man up. If you really believe in that next man up, and I thought this year this offensive line has been living up to that wording, next man up. please just live by it all the time. Just say these guys getting paid too. Let's go out there. Titans had backups playing too, and they still protected their guy overall pretty well. So just go out there, do what you have to do. The Dolphins were good against the run last night. I will give them that. But it was an ugly. There, let me take one moment breath to remind you guys. I know it's not a day for the thumbs up in Dolphin land, but it does help my channel if you give the thumbs up. You're not giving the thumbs up to the Dolphins. You're giving a thumbs up to my channel because you guys all love this Dolphins team, and so do I. But I like keeping it real. When they play well, I say they play well. If they don't play well, I say they don't play well. And last night they did not play well. Who snuck in there? I didn't say hi yet. Daniel Taylor, big fins up to you. Boom. Yes, Daniel, it was a very rough Monday night. Like I was saying to my family last night, man, the lights turn on and the Dolphins turn off. I don't get it. Because we've been beating these teams you're supposed to beat all year. If that was probably a 1 o'clock Sunday game, we probably beat them. Prime time lights come on and I don't get it. It's very disappointing. Very and Aquavision. I'm sorry if I didn't say hi to you. But it's just Scotty, and I know who that center would be. It would be the kid out of West Virginia. I haven't even seen the kid play one time, and I feel like Scotty's giving me his scouting report. Yes, all up front on that offensive line. You definitely need that, Scotty. You need that offensive line because Armstead, if one thing he's proven, he's good when he's on the field. But another thing he's proven is he's not on the field often enough. So you definitely start to need to find your replacement there. Lamb's okay, but he is no Armstead. You need to find someone that can man that position. So I'm with you. Let's see, Camp for Life. You deserve a thumbs up. Buffalo. Oh man, Cap Life snuck in here. How did I miss Cap for Life, man? See, I got. There you go. Oh yes, everyone loving it. Hey, Cap for Life. Big thumbs up to you, though, Cap. I did not see you sneak into the room. Thank you very much, Jordan. Hey guys, let's keep it all nice to everyone in here. But hey, Jordan, but you're right, man. That game last night was stinky. It was just awful. It was unexpected because the one thing the Dolphins had done this year was beat the teams they're supposed to beat. This one finally bit us in the butt in a bad way because we were now we're just gonna basically have to hold on to fight and claw to stay atop the AFC East. We got to bounce back. Now we just got to just keep doing what we have to beat the Jets this week, one game at a time. Beat the Jets, then flip the script. You lost to Tennessee, then somehow beat Dallas, and then it kind of the Tennessee game's more important for conference, but beat Dallas. You kind of flip the script, and but let's just worry about it. We all kind of got caught up thinking we were going to win last night. I don't think there was one Dolph fan that predicted this as a loss, even though all of us have seen this rodeo many times, knowing that the Dolphins always break our heart at the end. We just thought we would get 2 more weeks of victories, and that smacked us in the face, that confidence last night. Let's see. If they lose to the Jets, I think it's over. Yes, it's going to definitely be over as far as the division, probably, if we lose to the Jets. So we can't lose to the Jets. You got to definitely beat them and, start doing better on that front. Let's see. Sucks we have to live. Yeah. No, that's what I was saying. So, Cal, I do not really want to watch tonight's Hard Knocks. I will watch it, but definitely not looking forward. We all knew eventually they were going to have to come into a loss. But I don't even hope they're not showing their silly celebration, like doing the railroad race to get ready, because it's just bad stuff. I don't even know what player. I haven't even heard rumors what player they're going to focus on this week. We will see. But some of our guys balled last night. Like I say, Zach Sealer single-handedly got a pick 6 and ran it in. Big man touchdown. After that fumble, you're like, okay, We got rid of that to a fumble, but we came back for a pick six. We're going to right this ship and we're going to keep on keeping on. But we just never got enough flow offensively. It's just very frustrating and it's just awful. And it's like, most people would say, well, the defense kept us in it. Okay, yeah, they kept us in it. But then when the game's on the line and you got a 14-point lead and you blow it, are you going to really give any kudos to the defense either? I think not. Justin says G-Man was right. This team is frauds. Well, last night they definitely played like frauds, I would say. They definitely did not play like a team that belongs in the top seeding last night. There is a send on the Miami Dolphins. Merry Christmas, Baltimore. Merry Christmas, Buffalo. Yes, back it up, Mincat. Very well said. We just gifted them easy up in their standings chance of making the playoffs. And it stinks. We just, oh man, I don't even know. Yep, I find no, I know it's just horrible, man. The Titans have our stupid number for whatever reason too. I thought, because a couple years ago they just beat us down up there on a cold, wet day when Flores was still the coach, and we just had an awful game. But I thought the script had turned and that we're the way better team, which we are, but they beat us last night, and it just sucks. We joined the ranks of like Buffalo losing the teams that you're supposed to beat. Now it's our turn to lose to a team that we were supposed to beat, and it stinks. And now I feel their pain on that front. Uh, this team, this team is junk. All these hurt players who are nothing but is hurt all over. Oh, it's just, it's so true though. Let's see. O line was the issue last night, but Tua played like trash. McDaniel figured coach like trash. We saw that with the team with and without Tyreek. Just a horrible all well said in that sentence. I could almost just wrap up the show with that sentiment right there, Newfoundland. It was, like I call it, complimentary football at the wrong way. All phases of the game contributed to that loss last night. Having a field goal block. Come on, Dolphins special teams. Having a 14-point lead with under 5 minutes and not being able to stop them on two different drives. Come on, Dolphins defense. No offensive touchdowns in the whole first half. Come on, offense. And come on, Mike McDaniel. You almost had a boundless attack throughout the whole game. Then you get down into the red zone, and all of a sudden, we got Mr. Mozart breaking every single season record in touchdown history of the Miami Dolphins. And you decide, let's do this little trick play. Let's do this. Let's do this pass. And let's follow a fade pattern. And we don't, at least Cedric Wilson is a tall guy, but then you try to go to like Tyreek. Come on, guys. You don't have that big. Put Claypool out there if you really want to throw a, fade pattern. We've seen this rodeo to the too many times because that first game of the season, it worked to Tyreek because, Tua somehow fit the ball in perfectly to Tyreek. Then we just think that's like a play we can go to all the time. That's not our style, guys. This, we don't have Gesicki, who was never that great of a target, everyone else. But in the red zone, that man could catch touchdowns because he had that big body. We don't have that on this team. It's just why? Yep. Nope. Hey, first and last. Yeah, well, I know. I know. I don't think there's trying to chase, but I know Tyreek Hill wants to get the record, but other than that, I still know he wants the team to win, my man Justin. But yes, last night was definitely a bad thing because if they were worried at least about team records, maybe they would have got a touchdown. You have Moser kicking ass out there, and then you decide not to go with him. It's just I really don't get it. I just don't get it. That's the one thing I will not get from last night. Let me see. Let me bring up Miami stats again. Miami, Raheem Mostert had 21 carries, so it's not like he didn't get the carries. He had 96 yards for 2 touchdowns, averaging 4.5 yards a carry. 4.5 yards a carry, which in my math, I'm not very good at math, but if you give it to him 3 times, he's going to get you a first freaking down, McDaniel. And if you're inside the 10-yard line and you give it to him 3 freaking times, he's probably going to score for you. There's a good chance he's going to score for you. Devon Achane, he had 7 carries and he was averaging over 6 yards a carry. So it's not like we weren't running successfully. And we basically had the same number of attempts because if you count Tua's 3 rushing attempts, Raheem Mostert had 21 carries, Achan had 7, so that's 28, and then Tua had 3, so that's 31 attempts, and we threw the ball 33 times. So it was pretty balanced. But when we get into the red zone, we lose that balance, and it drives me crazy to get me off balance, and it gets me all. I just don't get it. Yep, I know that it is that fade on those plays. Hey, Dad Dean, welcome, Dad Dean. See, I always welcome everyone in the room today because it gets me off my anger. I'm gonna drop the link if anyone wants to talk. Just remember, if you do come into the room, no personal insults at anyone, no wishing upon injury upon anyone, and all that good stuff. But if you want to come in and spew out your Miami Dolphins anger, you're more than welcome to come in. Yes, Steve, the Dolphins took away our deep pass, and it's a lot easier to take away the deep pass when you don't have Tyreek Hill running around out there. And then Achan was open on one, and we just missed it. Achan, if he runs through that, we probably are talking about a big play right there. But that's going to happen. The Jets see the recipe. The Jets are going to copy that recipe, and they're going to come into Hard Rock ready to knock us off. We knocked them off up there on Black Friday. Just a few weeks later here, we're getting to play them again. It was looking like almost a guaranteed win before, this last week. Now you look at it, and I'm not as confident as I was a couple of weeks ago about winning this game. I still think ultimately they get it done, but they need to stop worrying about touchdown celebrations and start worrying about winning freaking football games. That's how I look at it. You think Nick's Brian calls playing bad miscues? Oh yes, that's another. We blew timeouts again last night. That was an old example of Mike McDaniel reverting back to form from last year, which I thought we had gotten over. We blew a timeout on a stupid challenge that was obviously a catch, but I understand because we hadn't seen a replay and he didn't know, and they were trying to hurry up. They kind of baited us into burning a timeout, so we call that timeout. Then another time we are screwing up with the play clock, had to call another timeout. So we basically had one timeout at the end of the game, and it didn't go well for us. And we just that last 2 minute offense for us just felt rushed, felt all out of sync, and wasn't very good. Achan doesn't get out of bounds. Achan then it's just all kinds of doesn't get the first down. It's just really hurt. But stuff like that's going to happen. That's why I don't blame one individual player. This was just a team complete loss. This team lost as a team. Like some days they win as a team, they lost as a team on this game. Oh yeah, I would drop the link. Sorry, I thought I had dropped it. I copied it. I just didn't drop it. That makes a difference. There, guys, I have dropped the link. You're more than welcome to join. Like I say, let's keep it friendly across the board. No insults to each other, or you will be booted out. I know Justin will be fine on that front, but that's just how my rules are all the time. We keep it friendly here. We may be mad, we may say crazy things, but no personal insults on this front. So I will wait to see, guys. If any of you guys come in, it will be appreciated. Oh, we got Justin. Let me add him in. And we got Jordan. Oh my god. And Dad Dean's trying to get in, but he saying I'm getting a message that um not connected. Oh, let's see. All right, guys. Let me see. Let me change my layout. Justin, by a tenth of a second. You were the first one in, so you up first. And I see you're wearing your winning teams stuff.
Yeah, I just got this, so I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna wear it today. It's kind of cold here." I don't know, man. It was a rough game to watch last night. Like from the beginning of it, I was kind of like, I said this to myself. I wish I didn't, but I was like, whether we win or lose, I just want the game to be over because people just kept going down. Howard went down. Then you seen Connor Williams went down. Tyreek went down. We just kept losing players there, dropping like flies out there. And I was getting nervous. I was like,
Yeah, I
we
mean
need these
Waddle
guys
was out
the
for
rest
a
of the
minute,
season.
so it's like,
Yeah, it started to get to me. And like you had a makeshift line. But I think some of the biggest problems that they're having is like kind of like what G-Man said. It's kind of looks a little bit like the team from last year too much. And that comes from coaching and it comes from the play calling. I think there's times where the play calling kind of gets in his way a little bit because of what you're looking at. You're like, oh, I got this shiny toy over here. I got this shiny toy over here. And I got this really good running back, which I don't think you use quite enough. There's times where you need to protect your team and your quarterback and yourself and everything by the play calling that you're deciding to call. When they're pinning back their ears, like Steve Malloy said, and they took away the deep pass, now they're able to pin back their ears, sit on the underneath routes, and come get your quarterback. You need to run the football right there. You need to just go ahead and just pound the rock, pound the rock, pound the rock, pound the rock, play action pass. Then get right back to it again, pound the rock, pound the rock.
right.
It's a matter of at the time when you need to call a run, you're calling a pass, and at the time when you need to dial up a pass, you're calling a run. So they had us on our heels all night last night. That's a Mike Vrabel game. They wanted to muddy it up. They wanted to make it messy, and they succeeded.
Yeah.
I don't get how they don't make a stop when you really needed to make a stop there. You had a 14-point lead.
No, that's where I really blame the defense. I blame the defense there. That's where the defense comes into blame. But Justin, you can talk more in a minute. Let me introduce the other two guys. Jordan, Dad, Dean. Both of you came in at the same time. Whoever wants to talk first can talk first. You guys are both welcome. Oh, Jordan, go ahead, Jordan.
I'll try to keep it brief, candid, and really to the point. Last night's game, I think, was a blessing in disguise. Same with the subsequent games coming up. Tua wants $45 to $50 million a year. It's been purported. He is not a quarterback that's worthy of that money. To my mind, he's Bryce Young without if Hill's not there. Okay, this team needs to move into a different direction, and you can laugh at that all you want, brother.
Dude,
Okay,
Bryce
maybe
Young
agree.
just started in
Maybe
this
agree
league.
with
Why
me.
you compare him
Listen to me.
Bryce Young. Bryce Young's young. He's just started his
Okay,
career.
whatever. He's not a good quarterback. He's surrounded by talent. We're looking at. Look, can you let me speak? I let you speak respectfully, please. Okay. This defense, they didn't play the greatest last night, but it's not on them. Mike McDaniel didn't call a good game. I blame Tua, number one. He's not an NFL caliber quarterback. I saw this with Jay Fiedler. The defense was wasted. Ricky Williams was wasted. Randy McMichael, Chris Chambers. I won't see it again, or I just won't watch the team. This offseason, Chris Kerr needs to go out and get a quarterback. Okay. Cousins was coached by Mike McDaniel in Washington. Cousins is much better than Tua. I don't want Tua here next year, unless he's the backup for $20 million. Okay, and I mean to think that that there's a large proportion of this fan base that wants to pay Tua $50 million a year. I mean, that's Josh Allen money. That's Patrick Mahomes money, or as I call him, Patty Mahomes. He's not worth that money. That's Joe Burrow money. That's ridiculous. This isn't a personal attack against Aquavision. I don't even know Aquavision. I wish him the best of luck in life. But Aquavision wants to pay him the big bag. He's not worth that. Okay, bud?
Yeah. Okay.
This defense is being wasted. The talent around here is being wasted. And we're going to backdoor into the playoffs, mark my words, with a wild card. And we're going to be one and done just like last year.
Okay,
I agree with what he said. Besides,
Justin, give me 1 minute, Justin. Let me. Dad Dean's been patiently
I don't
in the
think he deserves
background.
the
Hey,
bad
Dad
news,
Dean, welcome, Dad Dean.
Hello, everybody. That was a disappointing game last night, but we got to move forward. all this Tua talk is not worth $50 million. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
We
it
have
does.
a season to play still. We got playoffs to play still. We got a 99% chance to get to playoffs. We'll worry about Tua next year. And what happens next year happens next year. We have
Yeah.
this year. We have now. Let's do this thing. Let's close the deal. Let's forget about last night. Let's move forward. We need come on. We got to be fans. We're excited. We got to be excited about this season. Come on, man.
No, but hey, I was
Ridiculous.
excited up to last night, but we know we will see if it bounce back. Timothy, you're right. The defense did force a fumble and scored the last, so it isn't all on the defense, but a good defense. If you're a championship caliber defense and you get a 14-point lead with under 5 minutes left in the game, you don't give up those 14 points. So the defense can take their share. Is it all on the defense? Of course not. This was, like I said, complimentary football, and the style you don't want it to be complimentary football. They allow a blocked field goal. They don't get it done in offense. They give it up on defense when the time is at the most vital. So this game was all around a stinker by the Miami Dolphins.
Yeah, it's a big
So I look at
stinker.
it.
So let's move on. I mean, we got all the talent.
Yeah.
We got the ball bounced the wrong way. No more
Oh,
excuses.
man, this is
That's
a
right,
rare
Cap.
honor, guys. We're actually getting G-Man in the show. G-Man, how are you?
Oh, I'm doing great after last night. Great.
Well, it's great to have you in here, man. I've seen you in my show many times, so I know you've been telling me all season that I'm buying the bag without really knowing, and but you got your say last night. The Dolphins laid an egg last night.
I told you guys many times I was hoping that I was wrong, but I'm not wrong with this team because I don't know. Justin knows about physical football travels in the playoffs.
Yeah.
This team is built on
Speed,
motion, and quickness. And what happens when you run into bad weather? What happens when you run into cold and wind and stuff like that? They're not built for the playoffs. They're built for the regular season.
you might be right. It's crazy. During the game last night, or actually before the game, I was drinking my Kool-Aid still on the Dolphin stuff. Like, man, maybe we could be a team that can play both ways and can grind it out like an NFC team does and run the football when we need to and have the same speed and passing attack and all that vertical stretch game that we have in our offense that we usually have. In the best of both worlds, that would be great to have. But like G-Man knows, it's not like that. And I think this team it's built too much on speed and not enough in the trenches. And not just saying that, but not enough with the players who are healthy enough to help you in the trenches. Austin Jackson, Liam Eichenberg, those are like the most healthy linemen you have on the Dolphins team right now. Granted, they're both playing a lot better than they have in previous years, but then you're not leaning on it when you need to doesn't help things. So that mixed with the play calling that Mike is trying to have out there, it's like he's like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like you have this tank and the tank kind of with the Lamborghini all mixed into one, but you don't have the right guy at the controls. I don't know if I love his coaching style. I love what he's doing with the team. And sometimes he has great play calls. Like last night early, he was starting to really dial them up real nice. I liked it. But then it seems as the game gets progressively, into the second, third, fourth quarters, like his play calling just kind of gets like too inconsistent. Like he's scared, like just dial it up. Do what you were doing in the first quarter.
No, you're right on that.
Yeah, I mean,
and we got a lot of good comments, guys, from Aqua Vision and Timothy and who was
4
it?
backup linemen.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I hear you, man. It's rough, but you got to you have to do that because of the way the game was shaping up. They were coming after your quarterback. You had to go to somebody else. Mostert was having a great game. You just needed to give him the ball more. A-Chain was actually getting ready to snap one. You just needed to give him the ball more. You just got to do that. No matter if you're like, hey, I'm scared because we're getting beat up right now, you can't just throw it around. You got to run the ball right there to protect your quarterback.
No, especially in the red zone, because if you look at the number of carries and the number of pass attempts, they were almost 50-50 balance.
Yes.
But when you get to the red zone, that balance goes out the window. It goes out the
window. Listen, you can't get on in a 3rd and goal or whatever it was and throw a damn fade pass right there to Tyreek. You can't do that. You have to line up, hat on hat. Even if you just get a half a block, I'm cool with it, and score a touchdown. You got to line it up and run the damn ball right there. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you. Because you can't do it. You have to call a run right there. I don't care if you get stopped. I'd rather that than the fade pass, because the fade pass wasn't going to work out from the beginning.
No, I know. And Claypool, I don't know how healthy he is, but he was dressed yesterday. He just didn't get much
I
action.
seen him on the sideline like, damn, I want to help, but I can't. They're not giving him the nod. They're not giving him the opportunities. You got to give these guys chances.
Because that's the guy. Because as gifted as Tyreek Hill is, one of his strengths is not a fade pattern. You know, he's not going to out jump you at
that's not his game.
He's not going to high point you at a ball. You know, they tried to get one to Cedric Wilson, but that pass wasn't that great by Tua, and the guy had him covered, but he didn't even let him have a chance to high point the ball. So
that one he made on the sideline was a beautiful pass, though. And then that did you see that pass
he threw to Tyreek Hill on the sideline?
That one he made to Tyreek on the sideline, bro. Woo!
Yeah,
he layered that pass was beautiful.
Oh, it was beautiful.
Yes, I agree with Jay. He doesn't deserve a $50 million bag, but I think the quarterback is the least of our problems, bro. You can have your opinion. That's mine.
But Justin, respectfully, how can you say that in the NFL?
I just said it.
He's the best player. No, you're going against conventional wisdom. The quarterback is the best position. It's the best position. It's a to-be-driven league, Justin.
$50 million bag, but that's the least of our worries right now, brother. Sorry, that's it.
A quarterback that doesn't perform well in big games against good defenses is the least of our problems.
Bro, you got to have the whole complete team. It's not just him. It's 11 other guys out there.
Is he a guy that can put the team on their shoulders like Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes?
No.
So how much money is he worth then, Justin? In your opinion, I'm not arguing. I'm debating you. How much money is Tua worth in your honest opinion?
$35 million a year.
Bingo.
Justin.
Bingo. What he just said right there. 35.
35.
Okay.
We can have this argument when Tua gets
exactly. That's exactly what I'm saying. We don't need to talk about this right now.
We don't need to talk about
who's up for contract, who's due money. None of that.
You know what? You're right, because he's going to suck down the stretch, in my opinion, even more. You're right. You're right,
well,
Justin.
You're about to be right, Jordan. They may very well move on. They may very well move on.
They will. They will.
Quarterback. So. I could be wrong.
We'll see what happens.
I don't think it's our worry.
Justin, are they going to beat Dallas?
No.
Are they going to beat Baltimore? Justin, are they going to beat Baltimore?
I don't think so.
Are they going to beat Buffalo?
No.
You're right. G-Man, you're right. They're losing the last 3 games, and this was a blessing in disguise to save this franchise tons of money and not pay Tua.
Ooh, that's rough. When you said blessing in disguise, is that what you meant by losing the game last night?
Yeah, it's about the greater good. It always has been.
I actually think the blessing in disguise should be that they wake up. The blessing in disguise is that they see what they did last night. Wake up, get their heads out of their butts, and start running the ball more. Lean on the run game more than you have been. Don't make Tua make the whole offense. Don't make him be everything. And then when you get everything healthy, you get everybody back, then you can get your whole offense completely rolling again.
To Aquavision's comment, if I could just say this, Dad Dean.
Jay, you had your time. Let me say one thing. Tyreek Hill, we got to get off dependency of Tyreek Hill.
Yes, that's my whole point, brother.
Last night was a wake-up call. We can't depend just on Tyreek Hill. We got to get it straight. We got to move it around. That Cleveland game last year when Tua was throwing it to everybody, that's the Tua that we need. We don't need Tyreek Hill 2,000 yards.
He's right. I don't care about none of the records. I care about rings. Look, the Back It Up Pinch podcast. Put in Ingold back there. Pound Mostert and A-Chain. Yes! Dude, exactly. I don't know what's so damn hard about that. You put those guys back there, you're going to gain 5 yards. They average 5 yards.
But Justin.
averaging almost 7. Bro,
listen.
Mostert
I got
and
one more
aren't
thing to
pounded.
say. I got 7 children.
Just do it anyway.
Each child of mine is different. I have to coach or parent each student differently, or each kid differently. That's how we have to do this. We can't depend on one child. We can't depend on Tyreek.
He's right.
We gotta adjust.
You have to.
Nice
you know what? G-Man said something. What did you say about the coach? We can't depend on the coach to call the right plays. Is that what you were going to say?
I can't trust this coach in a big spot. He's shown me too many times that he's just a scatterbrain, and I don't trust him.
He
He
is.
reminds me of Mike Martz.
Oh man, I hope you're wrong, but man, it's scary because
This
Mike
is
Martz
his
was
second
overall-
year,
Mike Martz
guys.
wins.
This is
Do you
his
remember
second
Mike
year
Martz?
coaching.
yeah, I do.
Come on.
Okay, Mike Martz threw the ball all over the place, used his timeouts poorly.
Yep.
He's a mini Mike Martz. And that's not good because Mike Martz didn't succeed.
Come on, guys. This is his
Dick
second
Vermeil
year
built that
coaching.
Yeah, I'm not
This is
gonna.
ridiculous.
Hold on, real quick. Just want to say this. Just like I said about the Bryce Young and the Tua, they're all still too young in their careers to say what they're really going to be or what they are. Same with Mike McDaniels. It's a little too early. But what's scary is what G-Man is saying. He's right. He kind of outsmarts himself sometimes. He outthinks the situation and tries to be a genius when you just need to be a football coach and be like, no, it's 3rd and 1. I'm gonna put my fullback in here. I'm gonna put Mostert back there, and I'm gonna run it right behind Robert Hunt, who wasn't in there.
He tries to kill an ant with a machine gun.
Yes, bingo, dude. Instead of taking a sledgehammer and being like, bang,
no, instead of just stepping on it.
Yep.
When Tyreek went out, they should just ran the ball.
Yes.
Pound the
We
ball.
We were running the ball well last night. Is what's crazy about it.
Yeah, exactly. When they're on the 3-yard line, they were trying to throw it to Tyreek for that touchdown. They should just pounded it in.
Dude,
he and
this dude need to go have lunch because he's spitting my language. You need to run the ball in those situations. No one was stepping up. Tyreek was gone. He was out. They knew exactly what we were going to do with the ball. That's where you just need to line it up and run it and be like, go ahead. You know what I'm going to do? Now stop me.
Exactly.
You're right. Back it up in podcast.
It's a stupid call, bro, on the goal line.
Can I just say one more thing? We have a bigger problem than all this stuff, and I don't know if anybody can answer this question. Why does this team break down physically every December? You're never going to go anywhere in the playoffs if you limp in, and we got 4/5 of our offensive line is banged up. Tyreek Hill's banged up. It's like, why? Is it because they live in South Florida?
Justin, let me say,
are they pussies?
I got a lot of you guys in here. Please, I lost G-Man. G-Man, come back if you want to come back. Hit that thumbs up for me, guys. Thank you. Anyway, all right, Justin. So what's your reasoning?
Man, dude, like he's preaching my kind of stuff. G-Man, you're my dog. I was going to say it's because of the way that the philosophy in the draft room, philosophy during free agency, you're like, let's give this guy another shot. We got nothing to lose. No, don't give that guy another shot. Go give the kid out there who had good metrics, good numbers, good combine, and looks like he could be the part and passes the eye test. Give that kid a chance because it's the Zach Sealers that I'm looking for. I'm looking for players like Zach. I'm sorry, I'm not.
Or AVG too.
Same mold of Zach, same kind of player. Those are the kind of guys I want. I want guys who are hard workers, who might not be the fastest. They might not be the strongest. But I'll tell you one thing. They're where they need to be on every damn snap.
And they're hungry.
They're hungry. See, and you're not going to find that with these overpriced players and these guys who are, I'm the best pick and the number one prospect coming out. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. That's why you get more production out of the guys who were in the 6th, the 7th round, and sometimes
exactly later rounds. It's about the later rounds. It's not about.
It's because of drafting. To answer his question, though, they need to draft them differently. Don't get guys with injury history. Don't get guys that are free agents with injury history. Get guys who are young, hungry, and studs and ready to go and are healthy. Yes, they need dogs.
According to G-Man. Let's see. Guys, if I haven't seen, because I got so caught up in the panel, don't think I'm not thinking of you guys in comments.
Great show, Rob.
Miami Dolphin fans need to have their thicker skin and block out the hate Dolphins. Hey,
true.
It's true,
Very
man.
True.
Yeah, thank you, guys. But anyway, who wants to get Dad Dean? You've been kind of quiet today. Any other words from you, Dad Dean?
Yeah, I was disappointed, just like everybody else last night. Yeah. It's one game.
True.
We don't need to worry about the salary cap. We don't need to worry about who we're going to get next year. We need to watch the Dolphins turn this around, and hopefully that was a wake-up call, and it happened now, and not in the playoffs, not in late December, not with the big teams. They need to turn this around, and hopefully they understand that we cannot depend on Tyreek. We cannot do that. We're not going to go anywhere.
Speaking of Dolphins need to wake up. Dolphin fans, when you wake up every morning, make sure you tune in to Miss Finn. She rolls 8 a.m. Monday through Friday, and even has some evening shows. Make sure you watch Miss Finn. She's helped my channel immensely. As you guys know, many of you are overflow from her channel, and I appreciate all you guys for helping
So-
my channel hit the 500 mark recently.
Is
Thank
the
you.
other guy in here? What's his name? Jay down here, right below me. Are you
Yeah.
still in here, bro?
Yeah, he's here.
Hey, if Tua's not your guy and that's not your preference of quarterback, what do you want?
Justin, respectfully, can you say that again? It cut out, please.
I said, if Tua is not your cup of tea and that's not the quarterback you like, is there another quarterback that's coming out of the draft or that's in the league right now that you do like? What's
Okay,
your
I'll try to
preference?
keep this concise. 20 seconds. Look, you can't look at the draft because even if you get a stud in the draft, okay, the odds of winning the Super Bowl with a rookie quarterback are very small. I think there's only been like one or two teams that done that, one of which is Roethlisberger in Pittsburgh. I'm looking at a veteran quarterback next year, like Kirk Cousins, someone like that. We have to go after a rental quarterback. Okay, Aquavision, he denigrates me, mocks me because I want to go after a rental, but I don't want this talent wasted. I mean, like I said, again, I've seen Jay Fiedler. We've seen Brian Greasy. We've seen Cleo Lemon all these years. AJ Feely. I mean, I'm going to stop it right there. It's disgusting. All these names. Okay. But Jay Fiedler sticks out, and so does Brian Greasy, because at that time, we had a top 10 defense. We had a running back that, in my opinion, was the best in the league. Okay. We had a top 6 tight end in Randy McMichael, a top 10 wide receiver in Chris Chambers. We had a decent offensive line. We had Smith as our right tackle. I think it was Wade Smith. Okay. We had Jeno James, a top 5 left guard. We had Tim Route, a top 10 center, in my opinion.
Tim
He was
Ruddy?
very smart. Ruddy. But yeah, that's the enunciation. And it was just wasted. And we had a coach in Wanstead that was too conservative, in my opinion. So I want to go out, I want to get a quarterback. And to my mind, you put Kirk Cousins in this offense, and if you want to play the injury card, well, okay, he's got injuries and whatnot. Well, Tua's got way more than Kirk Cousins. So that's the guy that I'm looking at to get in the offseason. There's no way I see us winning more than one playoff game. I think we'll be one and done in the playoffs.
Why don't you think you can win with Tua, bro? Like, is it because of when the play breaks down? Is his off script ability and the things not there when the intangibles? Is that your
Tua,
whole
to my
problem?
mind, if you saw it last night, he's a very weak
The 4th and 2
quarterback.
play, the last play of the game, is that why you're out on him?
No, look at the Kansas City game. They scored 14 points, the offense. Okay.
If
I don't know.
Tyreek doesn't fumble that ball in Germany, they probably win that
Why
game.
is he throwing
Yeah.
it, Tyreek? There's no presence of mind. Okay, he's a one-read quarterback. He's like
I
a deer in the
disagree.
headlights
I
in the
do
court
too.
out there. Okay, that's your opinion. You asked me. He's
I
a
am.
deer in the headlights out there, Justin. I got nothing wrong with you. I'm trying to keep it civil. Okay, we'll agree to disagree. He's a one-read quarterback. Okay, he's nothing special. Okay, G-Man echoes the same sentiment as me. I know he does because I've read what he said in the comments. He's not a good quarterback. He's barely a top 15 quarterback. That's my opinion with
I
Tua.
have to disagree too.
Yeah, man, his numbers are way far what you did. I don't know, man. You need to go watch some tape, bro.
Well, his numbers are because he's got Tyreek Hill, the best wide receiver maybe ever in the NFL history. He's the best this year. He's also got Waddle that's a top 10, notwithstanding some of the drops. That's why.
I guess.
I get. Justin, name me one game that Tua has took this team on his shoulders in the last 4 years and won
That's
the damn
not going to
game.
be ever. He's not going to take his team on.
That's right, because he's not an elite quarterback.
Well, he did against the Chargers to
And I'll
start
tell
the
you this
season.
too:
He
there's
did
also
do-
11 other or 10 other guys out there to play with him. This is not
It's a
one-team
quarterback-driven league.
sport,
We've
bro.
already went over this. I don't want to
I don't care
regurgitate.
about a quarterback-driven league. Tell that to the Chargers and Justin Herbert.
Well, they're going nowhere because they don't have a coach.
Well,
it's
you
a
want a
joke.
big quarterback. You
That's
want a
why
quarterback to make all the throws.
Archie Manning didn't allow his son Eli Manning to go to the Chargers because Dean Spanos is one of the worst owners in the NFL. It's a joke franchise, the
I just
Chargers.
don't, dude. When I watch a football game, I don't follow the ball. I follow the line of scrimmage first. I'm not a ball watcher.
Well, I see a weakling in Tua, a guy with not a strong arm, a guy that scored awful on the Wonderlic, a guy that's a one-read, one-trick pony.
Oh man, that's terrible.
It is terrible. You're right. You're right. It is terrible. It's terrible that this team, with all the talent around him, is going to probably be one and done again in the playoffs. So get Kirk
Because their
Cousins, get
quarterback
someone.
put their whole team on their back and make plays out of everybody else. Though.
That's right. He's not a Josh Allen. He's not a Burrow.
What about your linemen making plays? What about your tight end making plays? What about your wide receivers not dropping passes? What about being
every wide receivers are going to drop passes. Look, do you want Tua here, Justin? Justin, here. Do you want Tua here long term? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, then you're a 2-year as far as I'm concerned, and you're part of this 2-year cult.
I want to win, and I know he can win a Super Bowl for us. You might not see that.
Okay, that's fair. You showed your colors, and I respect that.
We have Tua this season.
Yeah,
you're right, Daddy.
Or not.
You can't sit here and be like, "Yo, let's go get."
That's right. That's right, Daddy. That's right.
So that's
you're just gonna keep doing the same mistakes you have since Zach Thomas, Jason Taylor, and Jay Fever, bro.
Back up to
you want to do it.
And if we don't have Tyreek last night, we should have ran the ball.
Exactly. Please.
We should have. It's not on Tua last night. It was
it's easy to blame the quarterback,
the
bro.
whole
It's easy to
Dolphins
blame the
team.
quarterback.
Every little area.
He's too brown. He's too short. He's too left-handed. He's too from Alabama. Come on.
I didn't say he's left-handed.
I'm not a Dolphins fan.
It doesn't matter if he's a southpaw or he's orthodox. I couldn't care less whether he throws left or right. Well, that's irrelevant.
Let's stop making this.
You just want him to be a running quarterback who plays like Josh
I want him to be a leader of men. I want him to be able to read defenses.
Go to every player on the team right now and ask him if he's a leader of men, and they'll tell you he's a leader of men. Go ask Duke
Publicly,
Riley
they will. Publicly, they will. Just like politicians will say stuff publicly because they have to.
Dude, last night, Tua didn't have any confidence in his offensive line. He didn't have any confidence in his...
Dude, they had a whole makeshift line in. I wouldn't either.
Yeah, let me finish here. He didn't have any confidence in any of his receivers because he was always dependent on Tyreek. Once Tyreek went out, they have to make this adjustment. Tua needs to be like the Cleveland game last year. He needs to have confidence in all his receivers. Waddle was dropping balls. Waddle's not the same this year. The receivers are not. They have to step it up. Everybody has to step it up. Why is it always on Tua?
Real quick.
Justin, Dad Dean, do you want Tua here long term? So I know.
Real fast.
You want him here long term?
I can't tell you that. I don't know. I want him this season.
Is it too far in the past for you guys to remember the first game versus the Chargers and how Tua played in that game? Huh? Do you remember that? Or is that too far
against a shit team? Against a shit team.
I don't care. Did he make plays off script? Did he step up in the pocket and deliver a bomb to Tua down the sideline perfectly? Did he do it or not? Did he do it?
Against a shit team, he did.
Did he do it?
Against a shit team, he did.
No, bro. No, you
all right, guys.
Two colors, bro.
Okay, we can beat this Tua thing into the ground.
Yeah,
but last night it was a team loss.
Last night they made that pass layered over two defenders onto the sideline for the opposite stitches throw that only could be made by like 2-3 people in the league. Or was I dreaming last night? Was Justin Herbert the Dolphins
quarterback? We know you want to, and you think he's a special quarterback. That's fine.
I want Tua. Yeah. No more Tua talk. Last night was a team loss. So I don't know why we're focusing on Tua so much. Last night
it's all the quarterback's fault because he's not He-Man.
Justin, let me get my say. Justin, this was a whole team loss. You can blame it on the defense for giving up 14 points at the end of the game. You can blame it on McDaniel for not calling runs in the red zone. You can blame it on Tua for not having a great game last night. There's plenty of blame to go around.
Blame it on Chubb.
One guy is a little crazy in my book because this is a team loss. Like I said in my Dolphin Thirsty blog, Go check it out. This is playing complementary football in reverse order. The special teams contributed to the loss by allowing a blocked field goal. The offense contributed to the loss, and the defense contributed, and even the coaching staff, good measure, contributed to the loss. So it's on. Did Tua have a great game? Am I going to stand up for Tua last night? No. But is it all on that man's shoulder? No. It's a complete failure on proportions at the end of the game this night. So that's why I just wanted to say. So let's focus on the fact that we lost last night, other than just one dude. That's all. That's all. That's why I wanted to say, because we could argue all day. We argue all off season about Tua. I'm tired of Tua debates.
Right.
After this offseason, we'll see what the team decides to do.
Man, after they muffed that punt, I thought we had it in the bag. After they muffed that punt, I was like, oh, we got it in the bag.
Yeah, someone has a little feedback, by the way. I don't know who.
I think it's me. I've said enough. I think it's me. Is it coming from me?
Oh, not now. It's not.
Okay.
Oh, so I don't know. But anyway, Jordan, like I say, we all have our different opinions, and I understand. But last night, it's just my take. That was a complete failure.
It is you, Jay. You need to.
Yeah, it is you now, Jordan. Yeah, it was your feed there. So
it's all good. Maybe it will be a blessing in disguise, and they'll pull their heads out of their butts and realize that they have to be a multiple team and not multiple offense. And what I mean by that is you got to be just as good at running the football as you are at passing, which they are. They're just not giving it its fair shake. Like, they need to lean on it the same way that dude was talking about how they lean on Tyreek, because he's not wrong. They lean on Tyreek too much. They're too Tyreek dependent. And everybody's like, well, they need a weapon at tight end. No, they just run the football. The best thing, the best cure for any team and any quarterback is a running game. If you give them a running game, beautiful things will happen.
All right. Hey, I put you on mute for a second, Jay, because I kept on getting feedback. But Evan Posner in the house. Let's see. Evan Posner in the house. Fins up to you. Check him out on the Fins Talk Sports Network, people. Dad Dean, do you have any final thoughts? I just looked, man. We went over the time, man. It's 11:01. You guys make it fun. I mean, on a day after.
Great show, man. Hit that like and subscribe. Come rap with us.
Yeah, hit that like, Evan. I expect a thumbs up from you, Evan. I give his show thumbs up all the time. So we will see.
This was a great conversation. We all just gotta. Yesterday was yesterday. Let's move on.
You're right, man.
We learned.
It's done. That's what I say. Good teams put these stinkers behind them.
Right. We had a messy game. We can learn from it. If we had a blowout last night, right, we wouldn't learn about the being dependent on Tyreek, right? So things happen for a reason. We have Tua. Everybody has to realize Tua's on the Dolphins. He's here for this season. Whatever happens next season happens next season. Let's focus on this season. Let's get behind our quarterback, get behind our team. And they all made mistakes yesterday. It was a perfect storm for Titans last night. Perfect storm for them. You know, they tried to give us the game. We didn't take the game. It was just a mess. So let's forget about that. Let's be positive. Let's go forward. This is regular season, like the Dolphins back in the day. Dan Marino had stinker games too during the season. But when it comes to the playoffs, that's where we need to focus. That's where we need to get it all working together.
Well, I hope Evan's wrong. He's predicting a 9-8 final record. I find somehow we regroup against the Jets this week. I just find
so he doesn't think we're not going to win not one more game. He's saying
9-8. Well, if we don't, we don't. You know.
Yeah.
There's nothing that we as fans can do.
Nope.
The only thing we can do is enjoy what we have right now. Enjoy it. Let's enjoy it. Let's be excited. Let's yell and scream on third down when defense and this the bad stuff. It's gonna happen. Look what happened with Kansas City, the Broncos.
I know. True.
You know, we have no control of what happens. You just got to be excited.
I'm sorry.
Not worry about the future.
Yeah, thank you, EJ. First time I've seen you comment in here, so I appreciate it. If you're new
thanks
to
for the
channel and you think we've earned it, hit the thumbs up button today. And if you're brand new to the channel, first time seeing us, and you really, really think we've earned it, unlike the Dolphins earning that victory last night, tackle that subscribe button and you're really a team member here. We don't look at it as subscribers. You're just all team members here at Dolphins.
I like is that your name, Dean? I like his attitude, what he's got right there. Like,
oh, I know he sums it up perfect.
That's the way to look at
Thank
it.
you.
Best way to do it. Just like,
I've
hey,
been a
yesterday was
Dolphin fan
yesterday.
since
We lost.
1975.
Yep. Let's just move on. I like that because it's the only thing that the players are going to be able to do. It's the only thing the coaching staff is going to be able to do is they got to go on to the next game now. And
Exactly.
you just gotta muscle up, and like he's saying right there, let's hope they put it all together at the right time. And I really hope, like, even after we lost the game, I was like, man, I hope this is an eye opener to them that they have to become more physical. You know, they got to become a more physical football team, and if they can do that, especially at the point of attack and the run game, the sky's the limit. You know, and like I know people want them to have this Patrick Mahomes quarterback who puts their team on their back and does everything, but that's not.
We don't have that.
That's not this guy. It's a team. There's 10 other guys out there with the dude, and we just need to build around what we have because it's a good one. You got a good quarterback.
Exactly. And not only that, we're still in contention.
Anthony,
we're still in control as far as the AFC East. Hey, Anthony. Thank you for joining us. Better late than never. Nail that thumbs up for us, Anthony, if you get a minute. But basically, like you say, this is outside of our control. All we can do as fans is root for our favorite team, hope for the best, and everything else was take care of the rest. That's all we can do. And I agree kind of on some of the showmanship. I say worry less about the show, Dolphins, and go out there and just go. Because like Tua looking up at the camera last night and all that cute stuff and their little celebrations and all cute and well when you're a winning football team. But until you get that, just go out there and earn it.
If I was the coach, I would be like, no more end zone celebrations. Next end zone celebration you do, you're coming off the field. The reason why is because all that cute stuff is nice and cute. Let's focus on winning games. Let's get that big-eyed mentality, eyes wide like dinner plates out there, and just go make a win. Go make plays. Damn it,
I know at the end of the day, it doesn't stop us from winning the end zone and the celebrations, but it doesn't help either. So just
let's get that mentality that when we score a touchdown, hand the ball to the ref.
Yes, I was just going to say the same thing. Please.
And I like having fun. I don't want to be the no fun league, but let's not do pre-planned ones. Let's just spike the ball if you want to spike it. High five your fellow teammate and then run off the sideline.
Time to focus.
It's time to buckle in. It's time to dial in.
It's that December. Everybody's talking about Dolphins in December. Let's prove them wrong. Come on.
Wake up call
Close
right
the
now,
deal.
Man.
We still got time here.
Speaking about closing the deal, I'm going to close this show today. All you guys.
Great show.
Very good. One of the best after a horrible loss. I thought it was going to be watched. If you want a little more taste of Dolphin Thirsty, I'll be on tonight at 7:30 on the Finns Talk Sports Network with Steve. And we're going to have a special guest. Her name's Courtney. She brings the heat too. It's going to be fun. Over there tonight. 7:30. Yeah. Guys,
let's get them to 1,000. Come on, guys. Subscribe if you're new. Let's get you to 1,000.
Yeah, let's get to 1,000.
He deserves it.
Okay. Yeah, I know. We try. Thank you. Anthony says his last two comments, and then I will do that because Anthony's always in here. Let's see. Here's one. Man, I'm done with
two defense
performance and not showing up in
me,
December.
Bro? He's still going in the comment section with that crap.
His track record over the past 2 years has shown that he can't perform in December. I'm done. And I understand I understand it, Anthony, but some of us are having a recency bias right now because you just remember what you last saw. And then, in the back of my mind as a young Dolphin fan, I knew there was a possibility that the Dolphins might lose a game that we weren't supposed to, and it happened. Yeah, and so that's a fact, sir. Anthony, you hit home with that one for sure. Tua, yes. Did he have a great game last night? No. I don't want to throw him out with the bath. I don't want to throw him out with the bath water just because we're having a recent.
He's 25. We're going to give up on a 25-year-old quarterback, you guys. I can't believe some of you guys. Anthony, what the hell?
I think we're just all all
You guys
upset.
want too much. You want
Yeah.
too much. You want this
Exactly.
star quarterback. You want this.
And I feel their
gunslinger.
pain because
But
I
you
feel
also
that
want him
pain.
to be mobile with a brain. No, bro, it don't work like that.
We
want,
have two that stick with them.
Absolutely.
To me, it's just I feel the pain. I understand. We haven't won a playoff game since December 30th, 2000. So I'm with you. I understand where all this pain and anger is coming from. I get it. I
25.
feel it. Believe me. I say it all the time on my show. My oldest son just turned 21, and we haven't won a playoff game since he's been alive on this planet. It's ridiculous. That means you got born, went to kindergarten, all the way through 12th grade, now in his third year at University of Florida, and we haven't got a playoff win, not backed into a playoff win in all that time. This isn't the Miami Dolphins I grew up with.
Don't feel bad.
I
I've only got one.
I know. I understand the anger and I understand the frustration. It's very painful over the past 2 decades being a Miami Dolphin fan. But this is a lot more than on Tua last night's my only take. This was a complete team failure.
For everybody who's
coaching
like,
staff
Tua, man,
down.
it could be a lot
I got
worse.
one thing to say.
All
Say
right,
if there's only one NFL football game, and that's the Super Bowl, right? You go in there, you play one game, you lose or you win, right? What
Right.
about the journey? We're talking about the journey here. It's not just one game. It's not just the Super Bowl. Only one person wins the Super Bowl. It's about the whole season, ups and downs, and learning from your mistakes. And it's just like life.
It's true.
You know, we have a shot still. We're
Yeah, we
still
do.
in it.
We
We're
do.
still in it. It's the journey. Let's enjoy this journey.
Yeah.
Who cares if it's Tua, if it's Jack Smith at the quarterback? Who cares? Let's go. Let's win these games. That's what matters.
Hell yeah, let's go.
I beg to disagree with Miss Fins a little bit because I think this was a complete team loss, not just on the offense and McDaniel kept it horrible the whole game. But when you got a 14-point lead at the end of the game, I just think your defense
has to make a stop right there. Get off the field.
I mean,
and we get
exactly.
a win.
So that's where I throw the defense. I agree with Miss Fins up until the last 5 minutes of the game. I was going to blame.
And Chubb throwing down his helmet.
Yeah, that was
mistake
so
right there.
stupid.
That's 7 points right there.
Yeah,
well, I know
it was
because
a
he had a
combination
stack.
of
He missed the
everybody.
stack. Next time, instead of taking the anger out on your helmet, take the anger out on the damn quarterback. You know, bring him down. So if you get him,
that's why he was mad. Is because he missed that sack.
I know, and I understand. And he hustled down there, and Scoop got part of the.
Got to break down right there. You got to break down and make the play. Drop your whole body weight on the guy. Don't just fly by him. Slow down, break down, drop your body weight.
And here we go. We're talking about Chubb now. We're not talking about Tua. We're talking about Chubb, another player that could have done something to win the game. It's not all on Tua.
Nope.
Chubb made mistakes.
Well, if you ask old boy in the comment section, he'll tell you it's all about Tua.
Oh, of course.
Hey, no, Miss Fins, you're right. But at the last of the game, do you think the 1985 Bears defense is allowing 14 points at the end of the game with
3 minutes?
And the Ravens defense?
No.
That was on the Dolphins defense there. But yes, the offense, though, I blame the offense. If you're going to tell me who I had to blame more, the offense for just their lack of production in the red zone and Mike McDaniel not calling more running plays. But after all of that, we still have a chance to win that game being up by 14 points, and then we can't stop them to save our lives. So that's where there's
still a chance we could get the number 1 seed too. You just gotta buckle down and win the rest of your games, which is going to be really hard to do. And then you got to have some little bit of help. Obviously, the Ravens are going to have to lose, and we play them one more time. So there is a chance you can get the head-to-head win. And right now, all of us crapping all over our team, being like, they're going to lose the next 4 games. They could surprise all of us and come back out there like gangbusters. We don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, it was just an ugly team loss to me last night. I blame a lot of people. I don't give Tua any credit for playing well. That's for sure. He played bad.
Tua did terrible also.
Yeah, I know he played horrible, but McDaniel didn't coach it up right. And when you to me, if you got a 14-point lead and you got a top 5 defense that we're all claiming that we're going to be a top 5 defenses don't give up 2 touchdowns and a 2-point conversion with under 5 minutes left in the game. So to me, that's where I blame the defense.
Vic Fangio is super mad this morning showing him that film. I guarantee you that.
Well, it's good. Good. Show them the bad things. Show
You
them
got
what
to.
they
You have
did
to.
wrong.
You have
Show
to.
the
for
defense
sure.
what they did wrong. Get
Got to.
angry.
Yep. Get mad. And then
hungry.
get it all out of the way.
Get
Let's go
mad.
back
Get
out
mad
there.
now. Take
Yep.
it out on the rest of the teams.
Exactly.
Thank you for the comment, Batter fans. Make sure you know a thumbs up for us if that's Danny. It
I
might
like
be
Dean.
Danny.
Dean's awesome, man. You got to bring this guy in
Oh,
here.
that Dean, he's always welcome on the
He's
show.
good.
He's a regular on
Thank
this
you.
Fins too.
He's awesome.
Battered Fins,
I'm
if you're
passionate.
Danny
That's
from the
for
Jets
sure.
fan, thank you for throwing in there. I'm not sure. I always get battered Fin fans,
It's
battered
true,
fans.
man. Every team does have a bad loss, and this is just ours now. Let's get over it.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
got to win your next
Move
couple
on.
games.
Can't do anything
you.
about it now.
Nope.
See ya,
you're
Jordan.
right.
And you're
Completely
always
right.
welcome, Jordan. Yeah, I figured that's Danny, guys. Check out his channel. He's a Jets fan, but he's also on the Bearded Fanatic, who's a big Dolphins fan, and they're always co-hosts together, and they bring the back and forth. It's a good show. Bearded Fanatic and Battered Fans and Battered Fanatics is the Dolphin one. I don't know. They got so many good stuff going on. Forget some of their channels, but they got a lot of good stuff going on there. Make sure you check them out. Guys, with no further ado, and this was a fun show. We all brought the heat. I appreciated it a lot. Just remember, we're still in control of the AFC East. Let's just beat the Jets. Sorry, Danny, close your ears. You got your 30 points against Houston. Hopefully you come and lay an egg down.
That was
in
a good
Miami.
win
Get
by
back to
them.
hopefully they come back to their normal offense. And that's it, guys. Any final word from you? That's it.
Keep the faith, baby. Still.
All right, man. Let me find out my closeout video. Later, guys.
Later.
One more thing.
You guys
Close
rock.
the deal.
Hit those thumbs
Close
up.
the deal, Dolphins.
Close the deal.
Yes,
Let's do
close
it.
the deals, Dean. Very
Fins
well.
up.
Fins up.
Dolphins thirsty, they never show no mercy. On the field or in the game, Miami knows how to play. Dolphins thirsty, we all get down and dirty. Tell you what you wanna know, it's the Dolphins Show. Quench your thirst for all things Miami Dolphins. They are the football kings, cause they play to win.